Drop the point. Drop the point. Drop the point. Drop the point. No zero Hambone gonna drop the point. Drop the point. No zero Hambone. What is the point? Drop the point.
Hello world and welcome back to another episode of Drop the Point. I am Hambone and I'm joined by Nolxero. What up, Zero?
Not much, man. Tired. Playing a lot of Destiny.
Playing a lot of Destiny? What do you mean? You act like you play this game somewhat.
Oh my god, I play so much, dude.
Well, I think you are with the rest of us. I'm pretty sure you were saying before we started that you've probably played enough for Troy, myself, and Josh combined since TTK launched.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've beaten Oryx multiple times. I mean, probably 7-10 times.
Wow, you nutball. But anyway, let me get a couple formalities out of the way. If you want to send us a question about TTK, whether it's how do you get something done, what should you focus on, whatever you have, you can send that to onpoint@aimassistgaming.com, or you can follow us on Twitter and tweet us at aimassistgaming, and we'll see both of those and we'll respond appropriately. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. And for this episode, we're going to talk about what the heck do we do now? For most of us that have been playing TTK religiously, not so much as Zero, you're probably done with the story. You most likely have completed the raid or you're getting very close to completing it. And you're either all the way done with all your quests or somewhere right in the middle. So with that being said, Zero, I want to know what the heck do we do next if you've already run through most, if not all, of the content?
Well, I've heard it multiple times. I've heard people tell me that they've done everything. They've done all the quests, or most of the quests, and they're like, I'm running out of things to do. And I feel like it's kind of impossible that you've done everything, because I mean, today we found out that there's a new gun that we're going to talk about today, for getting the gunsmith up to a level 5. So, I mean, there's little things like that. The Black Spindle popped up last week. All these things are starting to reveal themselves, and we don't know how much is that we don't know. We just don't know what we don't know, you know what I mean? So, for me, it's more like, what do you want to do? There's no way you're 310. I mean, not to say that there's no way you're a 310, but most people are not a 310. It's a very difficult goal to hit right now. So getting there's that, and there's a lot of work to do with that. And then it's really, what do you want to do? I mean, I have a quest for the chaperone, and I just haven't wanted to do it yet. Like, I have everything. I know what I need to do to finish it. I'm at the last part of it, and I'm just like, I don't really want to do it. So it's really like, what do I want to do? And that's kind of how I get on every day and figure out, what I'm going to do in each day in Destiny, whether it be find calcified fragments, go do the raid, do my Lord Saladin, no, Lord Shack, sorry, do his weekly bounties for my Nightfall tier reward, or the Nightfall itself, or heroic playlist. I mean, I found myself doing a lot of helping. I've helped a lot of people through the raid. I've helped a lot of people through activities. Troy, has kind of been slow to get picking up on the Taken King, so I've helped him whenever he's on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I feel like the game's in a good spot because you can kind of look at everything that's available in the game and you're just like, well, what do I feel like doing today? And then there's probably something you can go do for what you feel like doing.
Right. I mean, you basically hit the nail on the head. For me, there are so many small things that can be done that need to be done. For instance, material farming. I don't know where everybody is with their mats, but I'm out. I'm fresh out. So even just spending some time doing a couple patrols on whatever planet you choose to do them on, while completing your gunsmith guns. That's its own thing. You know what I mean? That has its own reward process for it. I know for me, I always felt that with House of Wolves and Dark Below and even Vanilla, that I had a very strong gauge of the weapons in my inventory and what all of them were capable of doing and what I needed them for, and why they were there. But now I don't have that same understanding. So
Right.
trying to get those same weapons. You know what I mean? Like, where's my last word for PvP, which we're gonna talk about shortly? Where's my other guns that I loved to use in previous versions of this game that we now have to go and rediscover? So just from that standpoint, there's a crap ton to do. And then, like you said, with all the different quests continually popping up, things like the Black Spindle and other weapons, it makes the game very much fluid. And it really turns into something that you can see yourself playing every day and feeling like you missed something if you didn't play.
Right.
But speaking of quests, what I do want to know is, do you have an outside website, or how are you getting information on some of these things that may not seem as public knowledge as some might imagine?
You mean like...
You checking Planet Destiny, you just looking at Twitter, you know what I mean? Because some of these things, like, you might know that you need 50 Hadium Flakes, but maybe you don't know where to go to look for those Hadium Flakes. For instance, tonight I looked up a YouTube video to find a good farming route.
Yeah.
And I was able to get my 50 in like 25 minutes. So do you
for,
have any
for
of
most
those resources?
Things, I'll tell you, for most of those things, like, I found 45, I found 44 calcified fragments on my own. I looked up one calcified fragment so I could get my Touch of Malice.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out my own farming route for Hadium Flakes. A lot of these things I figured out on my own, or I've done them on my own. I will tell you that every day when I get up, I go to youtube.com. I type in Destiny, I go to filter, and I put the filter to today. So I look at the last 24 hours of Destiny videos, and I don't really watch each video. What I do is I just look at the titles and see if anybody's putting out a video of something that's like, what? I need to watch this video and figure out what the hell happened here today. I don't know if you saw the video. There's if you do the and this might be spoilers, but if you do the Praetus Vault of Glass mission, if you go and kill the boss and then you go to Praetus to do the scan, there's a way that if one person from your fire team leaves, okay, you leave one person at Praetus to scan them, and the other person goes out to the jumping puzzle. If they jump out, and I've seen it done two different ways. I've seen the guy that goes to the jumping puzzle go out to that little island, that Vex Gate out on the island.
Yeah.
And I've seen one that goes to the door that goes to Atheon, right? Then you have the guy that left come back in, and then basically the other two guys kill each other, and it respawns you in one of those Taken in Time. It puts you on Venus, and the Taken in Time of Atheon, with all these Taken there. And there's a Taken boss and everything there. And then once you kill them, there's actually a door that opens that leads to a Vault of Glass chest. And in that chest right now, when people are picking it up, are getting like an engram and a ghost that was, until now, was a hacked ghost. Like, people were getting it through hacks.
Right.
So all these things are popping up. I mean, there's a whole thing on the sleeper simulant. People have this whole conspiracy theory of how to get the sleeper simulant, and Rasputin and the Rasputin's bunker, and Cade's secret stash mission, and the Pocket Infinity. So it's cool because there's like, it's validity behind these things where people are like searching every square inch of Destiny, and these are things that cannot be data mined, right?
Right.
The Black Spindle, we didn't know about the Black Spindle. There's so much data mining done. We didn't know a thing about this Black Spindle. And then, lo and behold, boom, there's this thing in the daily that you can go get the Black Spindle. So, my question is, how many guns are there? I mean, how many pieces of armor? How much are we going to find that, they haven't turned on yet? And it's just exciting because it's like, God, I can't wait to see what's next.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. There are definitely more secrets to come. You can almost guarantee it, especially with just how well they've performed so far. They meaning Bungie. I'm really impressed. And you brought up things that, how many secret weapons are there like the Black Spindle, which led me to one other thing that I wanted to talk about before we get out of here. some of you may not know, and this is not like secret information like the Black Spindle was, but you may not know what happens if you continue to rank that gunsmith up. Everybody knows that at rank 2, you do get a class-specific item of weapon from the gunsmith, and for me, it's the Steel Piercer, and that thing is pretty freaking sweet. I still have it. But at rank 3 for the hunters, you can get the Ace of Spades. At rank 3 for the Warlock, you get we're going to give this our best shot here, the Talalak. You get the Talalak. And for the Titan, you get the Fabian Strategy. And I just wanted to know if you've acquired any of these so far and what you think of them.
I have the Ace of Spades. I got it last night. I leveled it all the way up. As soon as I got it, I was like, I want to level this thing up immediately. And I still had the telemetry on from doing the quest. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, I need chocolate cake from Mars. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm going to go farm chocolate cake.
That's relic iron for those that don't know.
Right. And so I leveled it up mostly over there. Basically what I did is once I had all the chocolate cake I needed, I looked at how much I needed to level it up, and then I consumed motes of light to finish it while the telemetry was still available. And then I ranked it all the way out, and dude, it's fantastic. I love it. There's Firefly on it. I forget what the middle row perks are, but then it has the last row is the perk that I think it's called the Ace of Spades. Mm-hmm. But every time you get a precision kill, you refund a bullet into the mag. So, like, you know, if you're thinking PvP, it's like, oh, okay, it's like the Firefly could be cool in PvP, but the Ace of Spades perk isn't all that great. But, dude, when you're, like, going through, like, the daily or anything where you have a bunch of trash mobs, it's like, dude, popping, one-shotting trash mobs with Firefly and then refunding that ammo. I mean, you just cruise right through those activities. So that's the one I've played with. I really want to play with the Fabian Strategy, but I'm saving my Titan kind of till last because not for any Titan hate or anything. I just I've taken my time on my Hunter. Mm-hmm. I've started my Warlock. He's sitting at a 290 something, 297, 298. And I just want to take some time with my Warlock and take, my time like I did with my Hunter, and I want to do the same with my Titan as well. So I've just been kind of pacing myself on my characters, but spending a ton of time on my Hunter and kind of trickling some of my time into my Warlock.
Right. No, absolutely. I have not had the pleasure of getting any of these guns, but I am en route. You need to get your gunsmith to rank 3, and you can do that by completing the weekly weapons and also finding those guns in the wild. It's pretty clear here in our short 12-minute segment that there is still a lot to be done in Destiny. We didn't even get a chance to touch on Iron Banner or Trials of Osiris making its return.
Trials of Osiris might be available this week. I just want to say it here.
Oh, you heard it. So Nostradamus is making his prediction. Deej did say that it may be this week or next week. He said
Lord Saladin will return soon. So that means
will return soon.
I think Trials will be here this weekend, and I'm thinking Iron Banner will be next week.
Ooh, well, you heard it here first. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot to be done in Destiny still, even if you've completed the bulk of all the things that most people are doing. So, get out there on your console and farm those materials.
Find something no one else has found. You can do that.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
The big deal.
It's still
like,
a thing.
That should be a drive in itself for people to get on. It's like, dude, you might just be playing and just sure happens fact do something that nobody else has done in some kind of random rotation. Just keep track of what you're doing. So if something crazy happens, you can then give out the knowledge because it's out there. There's so much that we don't know that it could happen. You could be doing something, and next thing you know, you got this quest line, and you're like, holy crap, I don't think anybody has this.
Absolutely. It's a possibility. Anything is possible in this new Taken King Destiny. If you like these types of conversations and more, don't forget to check us out every Friday on twitch.tv/Aim Assist Gaming, where we talk about these types of things and more. I am Hambone, he's Nolxero, and we'll see you